Um, I may be too scared to say weird things now, but I'm gonna have to talk about the strawberry tampon that I'm gonna sell in stores. So I think I'll stick to the strawberry topic of weirdness, and everything else can go fuck itself. It's already copyrighted and all that, so um, I got pictures. I can show pictures of people that are already done, but that's not my main focus anymore. If America doesn't want to change the way we look at mental illness and actually do the things that I would do if I was running the American Psychiatric Association, then we could just continue to give people medications that don't help and ruin lives. Mine was ruined because of them, so because of the psychiatry film. So now I'm just focused on business. And I'm not looking in the camera because I have yet, since I got divorced, looked into your eyes. I refuse to ever again. You have to admit that I did some. I mean, I did a lot. I did a lot with weirdness. I did a lot with Alice in Wonderland, whatever. No man's ever done something like that. No man has bridged imaginal psychology with modern day psychology, and I put up with court and police, and I don't know what to do anymore. Besides, like, the stuff I gotta do, like finish my upstairs so it's a bedroom. I gotta mud the drywall. I don't really feel how talking about 10 years ago helps anybody. Especially since I don't remember a week ago, let alone 10 years ago. And that just comes from my life's been a blur, which I can only assume is because of me cracking my skull open at age 2. I still have things to talk about, but there's still college stuff like, say, sustainability and environmental issues. But I couldn't handle college. I found myself working on my dissertation in my associate's degree program, and I'm like, why am I working on my dissertation? You do that when you're in your doctorate program. So my dissertation is actually a 16-part video on my website. It's all credible. I've got my sources. Like, what do they call that? I cited my sources because it was only one source. It was an 18-page academic letter, Soul and Soullessness by Karen Janke or something. My cat ran away. I'm glad. I don't want her back. Her name was Miss Tumbles. I named her Miss Tumbles because when I got her, she sneezed and fell over. And I got a dog. Named him Levi. He's a really good dog. I have no problems with him at all. He's an in-house dog. He's a golden retriever. He's a black golden retriever. Never use the restroom in the house. Doesn't chew on things. I could let him outside and he'll stay without a leash for hours. I really do want to move. Trying to find another wife in Nebraska, especially where I live, since there's only 67 people here. And once again, I had moved to a town and I freaked everybody out, but this time I was freaking people out with strawberry tampons and stuff pertaining to that. I don't know what happened. I was just at work, and someone said they were on their period, and I was like, I started laughing. That's funny. He's like, I don't find that very funny. I was like, oh, I'm not going to tell you why that's funny. And I went home and drew a strawberry tampon, and it's just a tampon with the word strawberry on it, and it's got dots for the seed, black dots for the seeds, and then like a green little leaf by the pull cord. And then I trademarked it and copyrighted it, and waiting for the government to send me my proof that I own that idea. And then I'm gonna go to some tampon factories. Nearest one's in Aurora, Colorado. I'll go there and ask if they want to buy it, and I'll take like, I don't know, 20 cents a tampon or something. Like they produce, like I'll take 20 cents for every tampon they produce or whatever the agreement will be, but I should be set for life on that once I find a company to buy the idea. I also got a non-profit organization I'm starting, which I'm waiting on my lawyer to get that paperwork to me to fill out. And then I'll have my own business. But I'll probably be... Hopefully I can become tax exempt, because if people won't donate a lot of money if they can't use it as a tax deduction. So if I can word my type of business and what its purpose is properly, I can become a 501c nonprofit organization, and then I bet I can get my landlord to donate 10 grand, and then like he'll get the money back anyways. What does he care? That's the way people look at it. Like, I got enough money, I can give you 10 grand, I'll get it back in 9 months or whatever. I do my dishes by hand still. I don't have a dishwasher. I find that stupid. I smoke in my house. I kind of stopped drinking because God, working at that bar, I smelled it all the time and watched these people goof around. And the shit they talked about is just like, I don't think you know what you're saying. And then always having to hum the word who. Who. It made me feel like I was slightly drunk humming the word who every time I start my car. Who. So I get rid of that, and next year sometime I gotta write to the governor. Hopefully the governor's Crystal Gable, which I'm voting for her, but I'm hoping for medical marijuana so I can walk. I don't know how I'll pay child support or even pay my bills soon because I'm losing disability. So if it comes down to it, I'll sign my rights over because I'm not going to go in and out of jail or lose my license because I can't pay child support. Like, I have to be able to pay my bills first. Like, if I can't pay my car insurance, I can't get to work. Therefore, I can't pay anybody. And then I lose my house. And then I'm homeless again. Like, the whole state's views on that is just horrible. Like, I understand most dads don't want to see their kids. And it's probably because of women that just make them walk on eggshells. And if it's going to come down to where we can't be adults, I'm going to have no choice but to say, hey, I have to financially take care of myself. I shouldn't have to suffer when I'm not married to you. Like, that's what marriage is for, is to put up with your shit. I shouldn't have to put up with your shit if I'm not having sex with you. It's just the way it is. You know. I understand. A lot of the weird things I was saying, the kids didn't need to hear. But you know what? There were people I met that did not care if their kids heard those things. So for you to tell me my kids couldn't was kind of blasphemy. Like, they came from my body. They're my kids. I'm sorry. They're my seed, nobody else's. But it's that relationship's so far gone. It's just gonna be weird. They were trained to not listen to me because I was crazy. I wasn't crazy. I was working on something big. I've got 5 books published. I've got lots of stuff that lots of people that are mentally ill need to hear. That was the whole point. It was the whole point in my visual replacement therapy. That when you're mentally ill, you need to hear certain weird things to counter-react what's going on in their head. Like, that was the point. Visual replacement therapy, I copyrighted. Like, that's my therapy. No one can use it for psychiatry purposes without my permission. Granted, the only visual replacement therapy statement I say now is like, my heart's made of strawberry blood, or, whatever the strawberry statements could be. But there were other ones that I've talked about on my videos that, I privatized because they were used against me in court. I'm an unlicensed doctor is what I am. I'm an unlicensed psychologist. And I know more about psychiatry and well, not psychiatry because that's pills, but I know more about psychology than pretty much probably everybody on the planet, in at least the United States of America. I mean, I'm the first man to bridge imaginal psychology with modern day psychology. And now that that's over, I just sit at my house and I don't do nothing. I sit in silence now. I don't watch TV. I don't play around on the computer very long. Would you please stop licking yourself, Levi? I don't know why you lick your leg, but there's not even a sore there. Stop. I don't know. I have presents for the kids, but they're probably too old. I mean, they're in their teenage years now, so they're not going to trust me because they're teenagers. Their hormones are going so wildly and starting to interact with their thoughts that it's going to take them till about the age of 25 to organize their hormones so they know how to use them. But then we got Levi, who is supposedly ADHD, and ADHD means attention deficit disorder. That means Levi doesn't get the proper amount of positive attention that he believes he needs. He doesn't need medication to focus, especially legalized methamphetamine that the government makes. That's all that Adderall and the Ritalin is. It's legalized methamphetamine. He needs to be taught how to use social studies in life, how to use science in life, and how to use math in life. He uses math on how to solve problems. How do you solve problems? How do you fix problems? What do you do to fix and solve this? Science, how is this working? How is this going to get done? How is this not working? And social studies, where is stuff at that I can do? Where are these things that I can find to fix these things that, how they work? Stuff like that. Social studies, science, and math. He needs to be taught to use those in reality, not remembering a formula or remembering the periodic table or remembering what George Washington did on his 32nd birthday. None of that stuff helps us. We don't care, but we teach our kids that stuff. And we need to start pertaining each subject to reality-based problems. And that's what my textbook that I want to create for college is, Digital Environmental Communication. We need to stop worrying about the past and certain things we teach in school and start teaching stuff that these kids are going to run into on a daily basis for problems. Because parents don't have the time to fully do everything because kids spend half the time at school. So study the environment. I just don't even need to get into how the book's going to be written, but the book and the introduction to how we're supposed to write every subject in that book it's already on my website, and I can't do nothing until I get other teachers to write it with me. So I've got the start of a new textbook for high school. While you may have just only paid attention to the weird things I was saying, I was doing other smart stuff on the side. I just didn't know how to get rid of the weird stuff. And it's not fair that you picked out the weird stuff on the YouTube videos and used those against me and for some reason thought I was going to be violent. Like, you have no idea how many times I almost killed myself in the past 8 years. How many times I've been driving and I see a semi coming and I just wanted to run into it because I couldn't handle his shit. You think I liked saying those weird things? It wasn't all that fun. There were times I had people that would talk to me about it and we'd get along. But when I closed my eyes at night, I kept thinking to myself, one day it'll go away. As long as I keep talking about it, as long as I get it out of my head, there will be one day that there is no more imagination left to the human brain that I haven't already discovered. And apparently that day was yesterday at 5 o'clock in the morning when I had that dream that, like, I didn't even tell you what the dream was about, but, like, I ain't saying anything but stuff pertaining to strawberries. I do not care. My whole body hurts usually. I'm scared to go to sleep. I have dreams of getting murdered all the time. I've had dreams of getting murdered since I've got divorced. Then I have these dreams of you where you're nice to me and I just can't stand it because it's like I don't want to see that. Like, no. Then I have dreams of my kids and we do some things or whatever. I don't know what we do. Or they say things, or I don't know. Would you please stop, dude? You're chewing. I just told somebody you don't chew on things. I literally lied to them. Once in a while he chews on things. Usually paper. He likes to chew on wood. I'll probably have to get, I don't know, like, I got TV for life for free. I bought a Stream Smart, so I have TV when I get broke. I have all the material objects I need. I just don't have the family to share any of it with. Like, my body was being taken care of while I was married, but my soul was confused because everybody else says weird stuff on the radio, but I can't. Like, that's bullshit. That's blasphemy. And then my mind wasn't taken care of because I hadn't had the eye surgery. And I still didn't understand why these doctors kept telling me the medications I was taking was going to work. Like, I told you 5 years it wasn't going to work, and then I gave up telling you. From the age of 18 to 21, I told Linda Berry, the medication's not helping me. It's just making me sleep. So after 5 years of arguing, I found out that alcohol made me not think about it. And then some Adam guy told me to take the cotton out of my ears and stick it in my mouth. And I didn't even like saying that, but that was the story, so. And that made me think really weird things, and that's when I started trying to make my own weird stuff up and writing and singing and doing videos, and like, that statement messed me up. And then it all went away this morning at 5 a.m. I woke up from that dream and I was like, I don't know what you just did in there, but I'm going to shut my mouth. And my kids are probably already too far mentally gone to be able to kindle a relationship that's even heartwarming or heart-felting or warm-hearted. It ain't gonna work. I mean, you're teaching my kids Christianity, and I'm Buddhist. Well, I'm a retired Buddhist, but whatever. Got a big yard. I can have bonfires outside. I got a pretty big wood pile out there from all the construction work inside. The fire's gonna burn for hours, probably like all day. Whatever I decide to. Well, whenever I can get anybody to come over this spring. Which probably won't happen because I changed my name to Lefty, and I don't think people like the name Lefty. Like, I used to get more women to talk to me when my name was Chad. So I'm just gonna start telling new people I meet my name's Chad, and then like they'll find out that my driver's license says Lefty or something. I'll be like, now you know why I didn't tell you. So it was. Oh no. Miss Tumbles is back. Damn it. I don't want to talk to Miss Tumbles. That fucking bitch. And I bet she's pregnant too. Miss Tumbles, come on! Come on, Miss Tumbles! Show me a riddle I will answer. No, I don't say weird things anymore. God. Well, why don't you shut up, Miss Tumbles? Please don't come in here all howling because you need sex. Like, you've been outside for how long having sex with other cats to get pregnant because you were in heat. Like, get up there and eat. I really didn't want her back. She's a white Siamese cat. White and gray. It sucks being alone. Like, the woman I regret the most in my life is Crystal. Crystal Bancroft. It seems like people with... Because she had a bachelor's degree in sociology. People that have, like, people that have been to a lot of college and certain college classes liked talking about the imaginal psychology with me. And it didn't bother me. It didn't bother them. Like, so that made me like, why is it I can go to college and talk to these people and we have conversations back and forth, like normal conversations about imaginal psychology, which I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but like my caseworker that comes over to check on me once a week, that's probation order, like, she agrees with me. She's interested in it. So I just don't understand why you are so bent out of shape over me saying these weird things when there's hundreds of people, thousands of people that I probably physically talk to that are interested, ask questions, and like interacted with me about it. And it doesn't matter anymore because like after that dream this morning, I ain't gonna talk about it anymore. But I just never understood that. Like, I mean, not to like, are you stupid? Like, is it? I don't know. I didn't mean that rudely, but I've heard you say weird things too. So I just don't understand what this was. If it was a ploy to keep me away from my kids because you knew they'd like me and maybe want to live with me when they were teenagers. So you used it to teach them that I was crazy like Sade did. Like Davin and Sade's kids think I'm crazy. And I'm like, I'm not crazy because I say weird things. The television says weird things. Oh, but that's funny. And I'm like, oh yeah, what does it teach you about life? He didn't have what to say to that. So I don't know. maybe you had your own reasons to do it, to give me energy to finish what I was trying to do. But if I was going to have police called on me, I would rather them been stripper police. I'm sure you had your own little twisted, clever way or clever reasoning for calling the police on me. Of course, then, last year you found out that, he needed eye surgery. That probably might have put a damper in your belief system about me, which I hope it did because it changed my life. I don't even have that many bad memories. I don't even the hallucinations that they used to come back up in memory form at night, but then since it's tonight, no, they ain't there. I keep referring to that dream I had it's behind my head right now. Yeah. God. And the funny thing is, I'm going to continue to talk about this dream I had that made me never want to say anything weird. And I'm a little disappointed. I still have to talk about strawberry tampons. But I ain't telling anybody ever. Nobody. My kids, the president. I don't care if you put a gun to my face. But I'm going to mock you for it. Be quiet. You shouldn't have came home. Why didn't you stay over there with your boyfriend or something? You were out for I don't know. You were out for a week. You better not come back howling in heat. God, it was so... She sounded like an infant. It was horrible. The dog would chase her around the house to shut her up. I got a cat because of mice. And I only saw one mouse this winter, and I just saw it. So she must have been doing a good job at it. But we're going to have baby kitties soon, probably. Even in the animal kingdom, when a female wants sex, all they got to do is yell. And and all the middle come coming. All the relationships I've had have been something I didn't choose. It's been something that showed up, and I had no choice because it was the only option. It's like applying at a job that never gets any applicants, and then you get an application, and I have to hire you. You're the only one I got. That's kind of how my dating has gone, except for Crystal. And there's this Bobby girl recently, but I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin with that one. I never dated her, but I can't. You have to work for me to date you. No, I can't work for you. I can't work that hard. If you're not going to contact me to come hang out ever, I can go to her house and just knock on the door. Don't even need to call. She don't like calling. She don't like texting. She's 30. I think I might have wore out my welcome with some weird stuff, she hasn't blocked me or nothing, but I don't know. I'm just not going to contact her again. I don't care. And there's Shelly, who loves me, and she's in some other state, but she's sick. She got gastroparesis. She looks like a Barbie doll. Hell, I told her I'd come down to whatever state she was. I will take a bus ticket down there tomorrow. But God, I can't seem to find a woman that doesn't need me to take care of her. I've only been in reality for 3 months now. If anybody was the one that needed to be taken care of, it was me. No one cares. See, that's her. How long until we have babies? I really don't want you on my lap. You probably just got done having lots of sex. I don't want to deal with it. I don't know. I take anxiety pills. If I don't, my neurons produce too much glutamate and they're overactive, and then I can't sleep because it eats away at my melatonin, which is supposed to make me sleep. So the anxiety pills create GABA in my neurons, and that slows down the process so the melatonin can actually flow through my brain to make me fall asleep. Started off at 2 a day. I'm up to 3 a day. Like, there's just that feeling right here on each side of my head that I can't explain it. I don't know. It's just like right there. Like right there. I don't know what to do. I mean, I made new ink blots for psychology that were colored. Like, I drew people's souls, is what I did. I got like 40, 50 some drawings of other people's souls. And that was supposed to show emotions that the soul portrays. And then, like, copyrighted most of those. Most of those. But, like, I have the ability to change America. But I don't have the money. Or the love. Or the family. Or the respect. Probably because it probably stems down to the fact that I don't have the money to entertain myself. Or it's just because I don't know how to properly express my emotions from the brain damage, I don't communicate like other people. I talk off the top of my head. That's the easiest thing for me to do. I can't remember past conversations or past events to create stories to tell people currently. Like, I don't have shared memories with anybody. Like, I have no memories. Like, very few memories. And I sure as hell don't have any memories of being married. Maybe one or two. Singing in the car while using a brush as a microphone. That's I don't know. We'd always be in the car and I'd just stare out the window because I knew something was wrong, but nobody would tell me what it was. But now I'm able to look forward in a car when I'm riding passenger because I no longer need to look out the window and off in yonder. You know, you may have took care of me and carried me for all those years, but you should have just left. You shouldn't have asked me to marry you. It didn't do the children any good, we know that. The kids are messed up for life because of what happened. I'm not mad at you, but I'm probably never going to talk to you. Unless you start talking to me. I don't care if I'm rich. I have nothing to say. Because I was right. And some people were wrong. Some of the things I've heard from some people, and like some of the things you hear in college is weird. Like, you think I'm weird? You should hear some of the shit they say in college. I was a year away from my associates, and I couldn't handle it anymore. Well, I wasn't a year away. I was only 9 classes away. But I couldn't handle it. The tampon showed up, and I freaked out. And then everybody else got freaked out, and I got fired. And then I started talking about, well, I suck air in my mouth after I swallow because I sucked my penis. Like, I don't even like saying that, but it's the truth. It's the story, I guess. It really happened. I just can't believe I wasn't sucking air in my mouth after I swallowed, like, years ago. Like, I was 12 when I first sucked my penis. So now that everything's cleared up on, like, all just the whole, what do you call it, soul searching or whatever you want to call it, like, now I just don't know what to do. I mean, tomorrow I got to mud my drywall. It's 10 o'clock. I got to try to go to bed. Went to bed at 6 o'clock because I had nothing to do. I had no interest. I know a woman's not going to come around. And if a woman does come around, it's going to be someone I really don't want to be with. I figured that I'd find someone attractive for a while until, like, someone 30 years old or something, and then she'd be attractive until she got about 45-ish, which is normal. So I'm not worried about us getting fatter or uglier as we get older, but, like, at least live in the attraction stage of a relationship for a while would have been nice to re-energize me, because I'm pretty weak. Like, everything. I'm pretty weak. I don't know how I get the energy to do things. It's got to be that kratom I take and the anxiety pill and cigarettes. Cigarettes are the big one. Like, without cigarettes, I'd probably kill myself. And even if medical marijuana does get legal, I probably won't like it anyways. I didn't like it 2 years ago when I was smoking it. Made me feel horrible. But I might not have been smoking the right kind because I have arthritis in my spine and myofascial pain and radiculopathy. So maybe they have certain strains that would actually help me walk. But that head high, I don't want my consciousness to fly away. Like, no, I like my consciousness. Well, I'd like my consciousness more if someone loved me, but no one does. But I was happy with this kratom. I found this leaf that you crush up, and it's just a tea, and now the FDA is, like, trying to make it an opiate. It's like, there's no opium in it. Like, if I took a piss test, there would be no opium in this. I would pass my piss test. So they want to put kratom in the same category as opium, and then probably if they make it illegal, I can't get kratom anymore. And, like, kratom makes me walk. I'm not in pain all day long. And I don't get a head high from it. Like, I get high no whatsoever. It's just, it relieves my body. And I've never found a medication to ever do that. And the weed I was trying to use didn't even do what this drug does. And because 44 people died from it, it's all of a sudden needs to be illegal. And it's like, it's not meant to get high. You don't really get high from it. You just... When you overdose, you lose oxygen to your brain and you pass out. Like, you're an idiot. It's meant to be a pain reliever. And if I don't get mine in the mail, because I don't think it's illegal yet, but if I don't get mine in the mail tomorrow, I'm going to be in a lot of pain. I'm going to feel like needles are poking every single pore in my body over and over and over all day long, and I'm not going to be able to move. It's going to suck. And then if they make it illegal, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to try marijuana, and that probably won't work. It'll probably make it worse. But you never know. And I can't take muscle relaxers. They don't do that. They didn't work for very long. Can't take hydrocodone and opiates because opium pisses me off. Opiates are opium, but... I have some opiates in the counter. Like, I took that when I was on fire on Christmas. My left foot and both my hands were on fire. And, like, literally a grease fire dropped on me. Like, I started taking them Tylenol 3s, and they were working for the pain. I didn't like it, but I took it because I didn't want to hurt. And then it took 2 days to withdraw because finally I was like, I ain't dealing with this anymore. Like, I ain't taking this pill no more. I feel so cloudy. It ain't happening. So I just took 2 days to withdraw from it. And it was horrible, horrible withdrawals from that pill. And I had only taken it for like 3 weeks. So I just got my Ativan. Works well. Like, I can't take Xanax. Xanax pisses me off. If you gave me Xanax and a button to blow up a planet, I would do it. If you gave me Xanax and a button to blow up this planet, I would do it. That's how much Xanax, too much coffee, Ambien, a sleeping pill. There are some medications that piss me off that much. Like, I don't know what happens, but like, don't give me a button to blow up Earth and those pills. But the Ativan's a similar pill to Xanax, but it doesn't do nothing. It's just I think it's got less chlorine in it than the other one. Like, the main ingredient in Xanax is chlorine. I think there's more hydrogen and oxygen in the Ativan and less chlorine. So you can look up chemical compound of medications and find out how the structure of each individual molecule is made. And that's what I do with all my meds. But I just take the Ativan to sleep. Take some allergy medicines, 2 of those, and then I take Prilosec for my acid reflux. No more psych meds. I got released from psychiatry. I'm just using my family doctor to get the Ativan. My psychiatrist was a forensic psychiatrist. I was like, you study dead people. That's funny, because these mentally ill people are spiritually dead. But no, she was an actual forensic scientist. I don't know if I could do that job. That'd be a weird job. Like, you're just going to study how these people died. Like, weird. And then you go from studying actually dead people to doing clinic hours at a mental clinic. She's a brown lady. She wouldn't marry me because she's already married. She's married to my pain specialist, which isn't my pain specialist anymore because we ran out of options. Like, he had no more medications he could give me because marijuana is not legal, and I didn't qualify for the back surgery because they put a shot of lidocaine in my spine and I still hurt, so they couldn't do the surgery, so I didn't get back surgery. They're both nice people. It's just he ran out of medications that he's like, I got nothing left to give you. Like, I can't give you marijuana, so I don't know what to do. And then his wife was all like, I like it when you come here and teach me things. That's what she'd say. You have a lot of interesting things to say, is what she'd say. And then she'd always be like, you got a girlfriend? I'd be like, no. I haven't had a girlfriend since Michaela when I was in jail for my 3rd DUI. And she was severely depressed, and they gave her electroshock therapy on both sides of her head. She woke up and didn't remember me, so it didn't last. And then her mom lied to her and said I broke her ribs. Like, I didn't break your ribs. Sweet girl, though. God, she drove like a maniac. I was so scared to be in the car with her. But now I'm at that age where I'm too old. I'm getting to that age of cumbersome. I'm at the age of cumbersome. Hard and heavy to carry. That's why I can't find a woman. I'm too old. I have reached the relationship state of cumbersome.